views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network as she provides energetic shifts and consistent results in every area of life, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success. Many people who shift out of limiting beliefs roar with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. The truth is funny. Shift happens. Feel instant relief. Stay tuned for more fun and release struggle and suffering. And now, here's your host, Colette Stefan.
This is Colette Marie Stefan. Welcome to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay tuned for the next hour to experience the instant relief of using your intuition to solve life's most challenging problems. Shift happens every Wednesday at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Time, live on the airwaves, and also in the archives at thetruthisfunny.com, transformationtalkradio.com, and transformationradio.fm. The energetic shifts are still accessible through what I call HSN, the Higher Self Network, if you are listening later. It is my pleasure to share life-transforming information and provide you with an opportunity to call in and delete energetic weaknesses to shift challenges into possibilities. We do love to hear from you. Feel free to call in 1-800-930-2819. On today's show, I'm doing a repeat of a show I did, not a repeat, but like something that I have been working on with my Tales from the Vector Dragons. I've been working with this artwork that is inspired through my intuition for like a decade now. And I have been working on a way to share this that's even a little bit more fun and a little bit more light and a little bit more innocent and childlike. And so for today's show, what I wanted to do is, I don't know if for the people that were listening last week when Sharon was on, we picked a card from Tales from the Vector, and it was really cool because it kind of spoke volumes about what's going on. That I picked for today's show is the attachment card, which is one of the karmic spaces that we can get into. And I talk about this in my new program, Call to Dance, which is going to be this coming, I'm having my first live event teaching in this way on March 17th, 18th, and 19th in Kelowna, BC. And it's really fitting because in Kelowna, BC here, we have Ogopogo, who is a water dragon that lives in the Okanagan Lake here. And I was kind of wondering why I was drawn to come here. And when I heard the story about Ogopogo and, and I've been painting these dragons for the last decade, what I have found is that people who are wanting to do intuitive work, and I have a lot of clients that have personal consultations, the energy work that we do, a lot of people are kind of asking me, well, they're getting more interested in it, and they're wondering, what can I use this for, and what can I do with it? And so that's kind of what I wanted to focus on today's show. So this attachment card is perfect because attachment is one of the karmic spaces that we fall into. Most people do. It's when we become attached to the outcome. We become attached to the way of life that we're living. And, that's kind of, that's great if the way we're living is doing really wonderfully for us. But if we want to improve our lifestyle and we want to move into a way that's more in alignment with our authentic desires, then what we need to do is recognize that, we need to not resist change. And we can see this on a global scale right now with the political situation in England and the political situation in United States and really all over the world. And so the attachment card is actually Charlotte's Web, and it's a painting of, or a drawing of, one of the visions when I was in Peru with the shamans there. And this is about letting go of the attachments. And it's, this card is bright yellow and cheerful. It's got a really big tarantula looking kind of spider on it with a web. And I was kind of always afraid of spiders. And so one of my favorite books up was Charlotte's Web. And so right before a ceremony started and they're about to turn off the lights, a spider crawled in, with a big spider, and was sitting right on my chest. And I was like, ah! And what happened, when the ceremony started, the spider just came through with the energy and spoke about how we can spin webs that are webs of entrapment. Like, we can spin our web and we can spin our story and we can get stuck in that web, or we can be like spiders. And if someone comes along and sweeps the web away of what we felt was what was normal for us, what we thought the direction we wanted to go, spiders just, as soon as someone sweeps the web away, they just spin another web. And so when we're spinning webs, we want to really be strong to making sure that we're not spinning a story that's limiting us from the past. And we want to focus on what's going on in the future. So this attachment card is one, it's about letting go of attachment to the way things are supposed to be, what comes up in our subconscious mind, perhaps like what our parents expect us to be, what society wants from us, what we feel we need to do, what we should do, what we could do, all of these things. We want to get into a place where we can access our intuition and ask a logical question and then get the answer. So these cards, I just love them because they're lots of fun. I did a surprise show on Dr. Pat's show on Monday on her 11 o'clock show, and we had so much fun with them. And what people are saying now that more and more of these cards are getting out there is that, they're very accurate and they're really enjoying the way that the information comes in. So we do have callers here waiting already, and I always love to focus on the callers. So Brian, I know we're going to be going into a break right away. Do we have time to just talk to the first caller?
Certainly. Sure. Why don't we take Chelsea from Canada?
All right.
Hello.
Hi, Chelsea. Are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hi, what can I do for you today?
I was hoping to clear the energy of I am terrified of dogs.
Of dogs?
Yes.
Did you say you're terrified of? Okay, so because we're going for a break right away here, and I'll work on this a bit in the break. But if I like to get a baseline from people just to get an idea, if you think about dogs and you think about your emotions that come up and you think about that, how intense that is for you on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being like not, you're neutral, it's not bothering you anymore, and 10 being that it's really bothering you. Where are you on that scale?
I'd say a 10.
A 10? Okay, so you just sit with that, and we're going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I'm just going to check in with you again. You are listening to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio with Colette Marie Stefan. And I guess my guest today is my dragons from Tales from the Vector. And we're going to take callers and do shifting energy with the dragons. So 1-800-930-2819. We'll be right back to make some shift happen.
What if your body and mind were the compasses to the secrets, mysteries, and magic of life? Glenna Rice, co-host of The Questionable Parent, is inviting you to access all that is possible. Glenna is a 10-year certified veteran access consciousness facilitator who offers an amazing variety of life-changing classes and workshops. Work with Glenna from anywhere with teleclasses and workshops all over the globe. To learn more and see Glenna's current schedule of events, classes, and workshops, visit glennarice.com.
What is a brilliant culture? And how do we create them? Why are they important? Claudette Rowley has created a breakthrough 5-step process to help you design a culture that is authentic, innovative, and successful. Learn how to create change with Cultural Brilliance Radio, the DNA of organizational excellence, and Claudette Rowley. To learn more or work with Claudette, visit ClaudetteRowley.com.
Wow. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By. I'm telling you, I got to pinch myself some days because when each of us gets called to do something that we so not thought was in our wheelhouse to do for a purpose that's so much greater than us, we get to show up and shine.
If you would like to show up and shine on the Dr. Pat Show as a co-host or sponsor, send us an email to inspire@thedrpatshow.com.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthисfunny.com.
Tune in to Dynamics of Diversity Radio, scripting the new narrative for immigration with leading experts Kripa Upadhyaya and Steve Tanijo on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This show will remove the noise that often accompanies discussions on this topic and share a new perspective on the dynamics of immigration and diversity, ever reminding us that together we are all at the core of innovation, excellence, and positive change. Visit OrbitLawPLLC.com for upcoming topics. Tune in to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio to harness your connection with the universe to effect change for optimal success and happiness. Named one of the country's top psychics, Eve now brings her insights and gifts to this weekly hit call-in show, joined by visionaries, leaders, and gifted others, but mostly you. Jot it down, Thursdays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
1230 WBLQ.
We're back on The Truth is Funny with Colette Marie Stefan, and I am talking about my energy correcting cards from Tales from the Vector. And we do have Chelsea from Canada on the line. And Chelsea was expressing a great fear of dogs that she would like to have cleared. And I get a baseline for people, and we have her at a 10. This is really, really bothering her when we left the show here. Brian, do we have Chelsea here?
Yep, she should be back all right now. Welcome back to the program.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Chelsea. I just wanted to check in with you before I tell you what I was picking up energetically. And I just want to ask you if you've noticed any change when you think about your fear of dogs.
I feel like I've gone to about a 5 or 6.
That's exactly what I got as a 5. You're about halfway afraid of dogs as you were. This is coming up a lot of energy from past experiences. This is coming up with loyalty. Part of it is coming up with how you feel about your father and loyalty, and about men being dogs. Okay. You know how, do you ever refer to men as dogs?
Yep.
Chelsea? Yeah. So, strays, and what's also coming up is the thought of plagues. Like, you don't like the thought of, it's coming up like biting the hand that feeds you. Being bitten when you're doing things for other people, like trusting, like it's actually coming up, trusting issues. Dogs are very loyal. And so were you ever bitten by a dog do you remember like the first time that you felt this fear?
As a little girl, I got bit quite a bit of times. Yes.
Okay, see, because this is coming up, past life. So this is something that you're drawing to yourself because you want to overcome this fear. And I don't have the card that came up right away was another karmic space today, and that's of pride. And the card is called Pride. I do want to say I have 19 more cards that are at the printers right now and should be out in time for the upcoming live event that I have. But it's also, they'll be on the website if you want to take a look at them. They're not up yet. They're just at the printers yesterday. What was coming up is this card that I have called Pride. And it's about the karmic space of pride. And this is like spaces that we commonly share as people. And so dogs are very loyal. And I talk about this too. There's also a card of the karmic space of intent. And so I'm getting that the intent of the dogs that bit you, were they do you remember what breed they were?
I don't remember.
Were they cute, fluffy dogs, or were they big, mean-looking dogs?
A small, cute dog and a big dog bit me too.
Okay, so it's coming up because of the male energy, of dogs. Like dogs are very loyal, and any pet that we bring into our home, what happens is they'll take on our stuff. Dogs are very loyal, and they'll take on our health problems. They'll take on all sorts of stuff for us. They'll take on emotional problems that are in the family. They'll take on, all sorts of issues with different people in the family. They're very loyal that way. And cats are like when they feel like it. If you notice, a cat will go and lay on a computer or another negative lay space in the home. We have different areas in our home that attract positive ions, and it's the negative ions that are calming. And this is what's coming up for you is it's kind of not the dog that you don't trust. It's the owner of the dog. So do you remember, was it friends of the family that had the little dog that bit you?
No, I don't even know the people.
Dog?
The dog was just running around by itself.
Okay. So what's coming up is the dog. See, what's coming up is with animals, what you need to understand is that if you have a fear, a dog will smell that immediately.
Yeah.
And so when a person is showing fear to a dog, the dog picks up on that fear and they get afraid. And so it's what's coming up is it's just you're reflecting back to the dog your fears of getting bitten. And this is more like it's coming up, taking a bite out of life on an emotional, psychological level, being qualified. And this is about you giving yourself total permission to be, it's coming up your own authority, okay, on who you can trust and who you can't trust. And who you can and cannot trust is determined by really your intuition. If your intuition, if you're energetically feeling weak when someone says something or if someone does something, and you don't listen to that, then basically what you're doing is biting the hand that feeds you is what's coming up. And so I'm just strengthening that your this would be the connection to source. And because we're talking dragons today, we're going to talk that's Ange. She's the crystal dragon queen. She's about grounding, about it's that you're in the right place right now. So many people on this planet right now are really going through a major. And there's been a shift in consciousness that with the election results in the United States, and it's causing a wavelength of people having to come out of denial and really take a look at recognizing the fact that we are all on this planet responsible for the what's going on this planet. Every thought that we have is either going to benefit a situation or it's going to weaken a situation. And so the more we all stay calm and we stay calm, the people around us that are nervous then are able to not be nervous. And do you remember what age you were when that little dog bit you?
I'm not sure. Under the age of 10.
Yeah, I was getting around 7 or 8. And what's coming up is this fear of the dog was overwhelming for you. And I'm getting also that this dog was really afraid. It was like loose, like it wasn't with its owners. And it was scared to begin with. And then you kind of, it's coming up your approach. So we're just going to strengthen you to that this isn't about dogs. This is kind of like dogs that are guarding the gate of you being able to step fully into your potential. And so we're just going to strengthen you to that guard dogs. And there's also some energy around dogging it. Like if you don't really feel like dealing with something, then you go into this fear place instead of standing in your power. So we're going to strengthen you to that 100%. And then the big dog that bit you, was that by a owned by a family member, or was that dog like also like a stray dog or someone else's dog?
Just like a random dog running around. I didn't see the owner.
Again. Yeah. See, this is what's bothering you, is that you feel like things randomly are happening to you, but it's actually that you're putting out this vibration of your fears. And your fears are then you're attracting more fears and more reasons to be afraid. And I just want to stop the cycle here. This is a real gift for you on a spiritual level right now. I'm getting dogs, like I said, are loyal. So when they come in, have you ever had a dog that you liked?
Yes. I like dogs. I'm just, the fear comes up inside of me and it takes over.
Yeah. Okay, so what's coming up is when you're around dogs, what you want to do, you want to really stop yourself, like that nervous energy, okay? And so what I mean is when you are working with dogs, that you need to be calm. And so don't approach a dog. And if you see a dog, what needs to happen is you need to go inward and feel your feet under the ground. It would help. This is good for anyone listening in right now that has something that they really need to address and they're afraid of. Is you want to get yourself. You don't want to take action, especially around dogs that are already nervous. You don't want to take action from a place of nervousness or whatever. So you just want to stay still. And a lot of times when we're afraid of things, our first inclination is to run from them. And this is coming up on a psychological level for you. So we're just going to strengthen all that. You don't need to run. And see that it's coming up, the adrenal glands get going, and the dog can smell your fear. And so we're just going to strengthen you to all past life experiences. It's actually coming up like more like lion experiences, and that's when this pride card is coming. So we're just going to strengthen you to that, feeling like you have to smile when you're actually afraid. And so when a dog growls and shows you its teeth, that reminds you of times when people in your life have done that to you. And so we're just going to clear all that energetically, emotionally, to check in with you right now again. And just ask, when you get in touch with your fear of dogs, how do you feel about it now on a scale of 0 to 10?
I'd say about a 3.
Yeah, and so the thing is what you're thinking about is, okay, I feel okay with the dogs now, but what if I come across a dog? And so if you come across a dog, what you're going to do is you're going to stop, and you're going to feel your feet. And you're going to allow yourself to calm down and breathe and put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, because that automatically grounds you and ground your energy. And when you do that, you'll notice a shift in the dog right away. The other thing is you don't want to stare a dog down, especially not a big dog. And so it's about not locking your eyes like a deer caught in the headlights kind of thing is what's coming up. So I'm just going to let you go off the show because we have another caller that has been waiting. But email me at info@thetruthisfunny and just tell me once you have another experience with the dog. Now that you're from a 10 to a 3, I'm getting it's about your perception of knowing the next time you need to. It's kind of like you want to have the experience and reassure yourself that you are able to maintain this calm. And this is a good practice for you to do when you're not around dogs, when you're around people that are also making you feel uncomfortable. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah, there. Good. Okay, well, thank you so much for calling in. This is Colette Marie Stefan. We need to take a short break right now. You are listening to The Truth is Funny. We'll be right back after this short break.
When your body is awakened, your spirit comes alive. Dana Canetto is a transformational guide, embodiment coach, and spiritual mentor assisting women in realigning with their truth and embodying who they are by connecting to the wisdom of their body. Tune in every month on Transformation Talk Radio and the Dr. Pat Show Network for Body Divinity Radio with Dana Canetto. For more information on Dana and her services, visit danacanetto.com. That's DANACANNETO.com.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
Called the Oprah of Radio by her listeners, award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatShow.com for listening times in your area.
What is a brilliant culture? And how do we create them? Why are they important? Claudette Rowley has created a breakthrough 5-step process to help you design a culture that is authentic, innovative, and successful. Learn how to create change with Cultural Brilliance Radio, the DNA of organizational excellence, and Claudette Rowley. To learn more or work with Claudette, visit ClaudetteRowley.com.
Wow. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By. I'm telling you, I got to pinch myself some days because when each of us gets called to do something that we so not thought was in our wheelhouse to do for a purpose that's so much greater than us, we get to show up and shine.
If you would like to show up and shine on the Dr. Pat Show as a co-host or sponsor, send us an email to inspire@thedrpatshow.com.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthisfunny.com.
I am Colette Marie Stefan, and you are listening to The Truth is Funny. You can connect with me at thetruthисfunny.com, at Tales from the Vector, TAILS from the Vector.com for my energy correcting cards, paintings that are now available. And also you can connect with me regarding the Energetic Upgrade online program at energeticupgrade.com. I'm available on all social media at The Truth is Funny with Colette. And today we have another caller waiting patiently. So I wanted to take that caller first, and then I want to talk a little bit about the aspects of life, which is what this show is about.
All right.
Brian, do we have Julia?
Yes, we do. And she's coming to us from Vermont. Welcome to the program.
Hello. Hello.
Hi there. How are you this morning? Hi.
I'm good.
Can you hear me all right? Good.
Well, I'm calling
so
because
what can I do for you today?
got realized today that whatever pain I had bothering me for a few days is most probably a flare-up of lupus. And I wanted to look into that energetically.
Okay.
And
Okay. Okay, so when you get in touch with the idea of the symptoms in your body and the thought of it being lupus, where are you on a scale of 0 to 10?
I would say at least 9.
10 being... Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I would say at least 9.
Hello?
Hello?
A 9, okay. Because what's coming up right away here is the card that popped up in my head is the card. It's a dragonfly, and the card is called Expression, and this is Temple of the Soul, and this is about what comes up right away is the thought of having something wrong with your body that isn't working properly, makes you not want to be in your body. Does that resonate with you?
I'm not sure about that. I like maybe having a different body.
Yeah, there we go. But see, what's coming up, it's really funny. This is another karmic space, and this is really common because we can have karma with people directly or indirectly, and it can be accumulated over time and over things that we've done, or we can just fall into these karmic spaces that are very common for all of us. And one of those karmic spaces is jealousy. And it's kind of coming up funny. The jealousy card is it's coming up that you're actually jealous of yourself, how you used to look or how you could look. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, I think yes.
Yeah. So is there a time in your life that, and anyone listening in right now, let's shift this. A lot of people, when they look in the mirror, when they get on the scale, when they go to put their clothing on, they're basically looking for things that are wrong with them, or for wrinkles, or for aging signs, or for that roll of fat, different things. And Pat and I were just actually talking about this on her show on Monday. I did a show with her about using the dragon correcting cards and talking about this energy work. And it's about, like there's the golden rule, do unto others as you would have done unto you. We want to be really clear that there's a lot of people out there that are really mean to each other, and they say mean things about their body that they would never say to someone else. And so this is coming up that you actually are in this place where you're looking for the faults in your body. And what's coming up right away, as soon as you said the lupus thing, there's do you have the butterfly rash that's coming?
No, not right now, and I actually very seldom have it.
Yeah. See, because what I'm getting is your lupus comes and goes.
Yes.
With your fear. And that's what's coming up, like the symptoms for this. And it's kind of like you're so glad to get a diagnosis of some sort, because then you can do something with it. So let's let go of the diagnosis of lupus and all of the implications of that. Lupus is basically a form of arthritis. And arthritis is basically a form of acidity in the body and of anger. And so there's an issue going back in the bloodline, and this also comes up as the karmic space of anger. So this is beautiful because this is showing how common it is that we have these spaces in our lives that we kind of fall into. A lot of us do. And so everything that's coming up with you is coming up on a bigger scale out there. The diagnosis kind of the political situation in North America right now is coming up, and we can diagnose it all we want. We can we can break it down. We can argue about it. We can laugh about it. We can cry about it. We can do a lot of things. And this is coming up, like this communication. And so we want to strengthen the communication. If you start that if you have symptoms in your body, that being a gift rather than that being a problem. Right there, we want to strengthen that for you. When we have symptoms in our body is simply telling us, hey, there's something that's not quite working right here. And we can check is this a physical issue or is this a non-physical issue? Energetically, I just want to ask you this because you've never taken a seminar from me or anything like that, but I'm just going to strengthen you to this. I want you to compare for yourself, to just get in touch with this, how you feel about your symptoms and how your body feels, and anyone else out there that is also having an issue with something going on that's not working in their body the way that they would like it to. We're going to ask, I'm going to say the word. I want you to put some energy into your spine right now, and I'm just going to say the word physical. And now I'm just take notice of what's going on in your body where you feel that and how that feels. And now I'm going to say the word non-physical. And did you notice a difference in those two words?
Yes.
Okay, which one felt like your energy was dropping?
Probably non-physical I felt stronger, and I felt it probably in my lower back area. And physical, I felt more in my feet and legs below the knee.
Okay. All right. So what's coming up here is you've got reverse perception. And what you've been doing and what's coming up is that lower pain in your back that you're associating with the word non-physical. That pain is you emotional pain. Okay, you are suffering, and it's coming up bending over backwards for other people. Have you been doing a lot of that lately?
Emotional
or your
pain?
Whole life?
Yeah.
Pardon me? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to strengthen you to this. That when you feel that pain in your lower back, that instead of going to, this is lupus and I'm going to be really sick and I'm never going to feel better and I'm so afraid, we're going to take you to a place of thank you. I appreciate you, body, for letting me know this. And we're just going to think about running the energy up and down your spine now to strengthen you to that weakness. And then we're going to get you in touch with the physical. So your body is bothering you from the knees down to the feet. That's where you're feeling it? Okay.
Well,
so
I was actually feeling
your knees are about...
It was in my left leg, starting from the hip bone up to the ankle.
There we go. So what's coming up is that there's an unevenness that you feel at this time about standing your ground. And about standing on the ground that you're standing on, actually, being in the right place at the right time. And so I'm just going to strengthen you to this on the break. And if you can hang on through the break, we'll just check in with you and we'll see where you're at. You're displaying for me perfectly what I wanted to talk about today, about how the different aspects in life, how it's important that we're in balance. And what I've been finding for a lot of people right now is that people used to ask me to shift energy of career choices, all of those things. And now what people are saying to me is, I want some balance in my life. I want to feel happy. I want to feel like I'm going somewhere. I want to feel like I'm not afraid. And so we're just going to strengthen all of those things for you and everybody else listening. And when we come back, we're just going to check in with you again and see where you're at. You're listening to Colette Marie Stefan, and this is The Truth is Funny. We're Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, and we'll be right back after this break. We're going to check in and how Yulia is feeling. Bye. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Wendy.
When your body is awakened, your spirit comes alive. Dana Canetto is a transformational guide, embodiment coach, and spiritual mentor assisting women in realigning with their truth and embodying who they are by connecting to the wisdom of their body. Tune in every month on Transformation Talk Radio and the Dr. Pat Show Network for Body Divinity Radio with Dana Canetto. For more information on Dana and her services, visit danacanetto.com. That's DANACANNETO.com.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
Called the Oprah of Radio by her listeners, award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatshow.com for listening times in your area.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthисfunny.com.
Get ready to experience Truth Talk Radio with host Deb Acker. Tune in to Truth Talk Radio each Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to illuminate the truth in your daily life as you experience life, love, and abundance from a whole new perspective. This hit show will leave you feeling lighter and bring you into a place of infinite possibilities every day in every way. Visit TruthTalkRadioshow.com for upcoming transformative topics and guests.
The Earth is an ever-changing being. Goddess Light Shamanic Healer Bree Gibbs guides us through the ascending worlds, bringing forth knowledge and truth. As a light creator, she is here to provide new information needed at this time in our evolution. Join Bree as she shares messages from guides, spirits, ascended masters, goddesses, and others. Tune in the second and fourth Monday, 11 a.m. Pacific, and Thursdays, 1 p.m. Pacific for Silver Gaia Radio.
1230 WBLQ.
This is Colette Marie Stefan with The Truth is Funny. I love to connect with all of you. It's been really a wonderful connection here with the callers that have called in today, because they're showing a lot of what the general weaknesses right now are. I'm getting not just in the planet, but in the universe right now. This is coming up for our caller here. I just wanted to check in with you, Yulia. Brian, do we have Yulia here?
Yep, she should be back right now. Welcome back.
Hey, Yulia.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Are you there? Are you there now?
Brian.
All right.
How are you feeling, Brian?
I'm okay. Yulia, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
There we go.
Hi, Yulia. I just wanted to check in with you and just see, has that number shifted for you?
Yes, it has shifted as the list. I'm feeling more uplifted and hopeful.
Okay, so we're just I'm going to explain to you kind of really quickly what's going on here in your body, and what I'm picking up is that, what nationality are you?
I'm from Ukraine.
From the Ukraine? So,
yes.
You know, your ancestors were, when did they come over into Vermont, or is that where they came?
No, it's just me.
Just you. So, yeah, that's what's coming, because this is what's coming up. It's kind of like, if you look at your, the card that's coming up, the dragon card that's coming up is the integrity card. And integrity is, not just about integrity that we perceive around the world or in our work or in our purpose in life, but it's also the integration of the masculine and feminine qualities of our in our body and in our soul and in our spirit, and how we feel about ourselves as we walk on this planet at this time right now. And what's coming up is when it comes to the masculine and feminine energy, we want to make sure that that's really nice and even in the body. That's what unevenness is a leading reason for people to get serious physical disease. So we want to strengthen this, that the physical disease is actually dis-ease of something in the body, or of something in the mind, or of something in the spirit. And so we want to strengthen that for you. All experiences that you're having right now of feeling a dis-ease about your life, okay? And that's more on an emotional level. And when I bring that up, just strengthening you to that, the integrity. And then from what's coming up with that pain in your left hip is when you're moving forward on the left side, when you have pain in the hip, quite often that is about moving forward as a woman in this life, like right now, with your feminine energy. And so we're going to strengthen you to that. It's like you're leaning so hard on your right side, which is like the left brain, the mind, having to think things through, being really like perfectionist and making sure that everything logically is presenting itself. So we want to strengthen you to also be able to go more to your left, your creative side, and even that out a little bit. So asking the question with your logical mind, and then allowing yourself to feel for the answer instead of thinking and going in circles, kind of like a dog. The dogs are coming in again. I don't know if you were listening earlier with our first caller. She was afraid of dogs. It's more like coming up for you that you're afraid of chasing your tail, of repeating the same things over and over again and never getting ahead. That's what's coming up. So when your left hip is stuck and you don't feel like you can take a step forward with your creative mind, then what happens is your thinking overcomes you. And so we want to really let that go and strengthen you that you're in the right place. This is what was coming up for the first caller also, and for a lot of people right now, what they're experiencing. So we're going to strengthen you to everything that's coming at you and everything that brings up inside of you, and allowing yourself to recognize when you're when feeling pain in the body, what the thoughts are that are going through your mind at that time, and just run the energy up and down your spine so that you can kind of like what Phil and Leroy were talking about on the 2 shows before, is about uninstalling the program of fear is what's coming up. So just strengthening you to all that. And I just want to check in with you right now. I'm just getting you shifted quite a bit here in that last shift. And I would like to check in where you're at right now.
I would say 3 or maybe 2 energetically.
Yeah. So I'm just going to strengthen you to your perception to catch up with what's happened here. And it's not that I want to be really clear with people listening in here, because people sometimes get upset. Like, this is a serious disease. You have to take this seriously. Well, the more seriously that you take anything, the more energetically difficult it is to shift it. And so I'm not belittling your situation or your fears or anything when I'm speaking this, but my job is to, really get into this energy. And it's so funny, like a raccoon just walked by my door and was sitting here looking in with its little black mask looking in the door. And this is what's coming up, is like people wearing masks and the masks being taken off right now. And people around the world wanting to pretend that the government is going to save them and rescue them instead of being their own authorities. So what this is bringing up in you is your desire to be your own authority, and strengthening you to all authority figures, and recognize that we as the people, we need to be strong individually and strong in our integrity, strong in being very fair about what we do, requiring fairness from other people. This is what's coming up for you, and you're actually beautifully showing the collective weakness here. And so we're just going to strengthen that for everyone listening in. I just want to check in with you one more time. Where are you at now, number-wise?
1.5 probably.
Yeah, there we go. So you're going to, by the time, I'm going to let you go here, I just want to talk a little bit what this means for the general population. And I want to thank you for calling in, because the energetic weaknesses that you have right now are what a lot of people are feeling right now. And so my program about the Float Your Boat is a teleshifting program that I do. And I basically offer this to people so that if they can't afford a regular session, but they really want to stay in touch and they want to work on a specific issue, that they can connect with me. And so you can check that out on my website, www.thetruthisfunny.com. It's going to start on March 23rd, and we're going to take each of the signs of the zodiac, which is about the balance in our life. And the reason why I called it Float Your Boat is because if you think about being all these different aspects of life and being on a boat and going down the river, you want to make sure that you have balance, that all areas of your life, all aspects of your life are even. And the more even we are, the more we are able to enjoy the experience of going down the river and meeting the rapids. And so we want to be strong to this energetically as individuals, and then also recognizing that the more we step, the more fear we're going to experience. And so as each and every one of us chooses to stand in our own power and be strong energetically, that is how the shifts will happen, and it wouldn't have to be so, let me say, so challenging. It would be more that we would see more possibilities. So I want to thank the callers and Brian and everybody listening in for all of your input today. I'm really excited about my new programs coming out. And as I said, I have a live event on March 17th. Free demo. People can come and check out the work, and also the seminar for the weekend. This is Colette Marie Stefan. You are listening to The Truth is Funny. We'll be back next week at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. Bye for now.
You've been listening to The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan. Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network as she provides energetic shifts and consistent results in every area of life, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. The Truth is Funny. Visit thetruthисfunny.com for more information. That's thetruthисfunny.com.